Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you in association with Cutting to the Boar in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
And Claire.
Hey.
And this week we're going to dissect some of the madness we found across the net this week, or just some of the downright weirdness.
Yeah.
Because wherever you are, there's always something going on that's fucking crazy. Like this, where Shakira has been attacked by a pair of wild boars.
Fucking hell.
I know, it's fucking mental.
They just turned up at a gig, yeah?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Downfall society, you're going to have gangs of roaming pigs attacking you. Pop star Shakira says she was the victim of a random attack by a pair of wild boars while walking in a park in Barcelona with her 8-year-old son. The Colombian singer said the animals attacked her before seizing her bag and retreating with it into the woods.
That's what she gets for going to the VIP area, is that you have free reign around all the zoos and that. And then they try and sue the zoos.
No, this is literally just in a park.
Park?
Yeah.
Wild boars, yeah.
Yeah, just walking to the park. Getting a bag stolen by a pair of wild boars.
Is it weren't radioactive?
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
She shared the bizarre tale in a series of Instagram stories on Wednesday. Holding the now recovered but torn bag towards the camera, she said, "Look at how 2 wild boars attacked me in the park and have left my bag. They're taking my bag to the woods with a mobile phone in it, and they've destroyed everything." Well, I'm sure she can buy with a mobile phone another bag. She's not short of a few bob, is she?
No.
She then turned to her son, whose father is the Barcelona footballer Gerard Piqué, and said, "Milan, tell the truth. Say your mummy stood up to the wild boar." Shakira is the latest victim of the increasingly aggressive hogs which have invaded the Catalan capital in recent years.
Cool, I'll have to look into that. I didn't know they were having wild boar problems.
Yeah, in 2016 they received 1,187 phone calls about wild hogs attacking dogs, plundering cat feeders, holding up traffic and running into cars in the city.
Jesus. Oh my God. In 2013, one city police officer attempted to take charge of the problem himself and shot at a boar with his service revolver but missed and hit his partner instead. What a dick. How'd you manage that? And of all the things to fucking hit, you'd have to hit the guy you work with.
Yeah. Maybe he just didn't like him, it was an excuse.
No, maybe it was, yeah.
That boar's attacking you. It's nowhere near me.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, it's crazy. Boars are big in Spain. They're coming back. They're attacking people in the park.
Yeah.
So they could take down bulls but not boars.
Yeah, they don't do a running of the boars, should they? They should do a running of the boars instead.
No, if boars are the problem.
Save the boars.
Yeah, stick the kids in the ring.
They're all about reintroducing them here.
Boars.
I don't fancy that walking home from here one night getting attacked by a pair of boars.
And wolves.
And wolves.
And bears.
And they're just going to invite them all back, aren't they?
Bloody Brexit.
Well, it's part of our natural ecosystem, you see. It was till we
Yeah,
them in medieval times. We used to do bear baiting and shit. And
Well, they all needed jackets, Mike.
I don't think bears are a good thing, and nor are wolves.
They all needed jackets back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
yeah, beef jerkins.
Beef jerkins.
Yeah. It's a line in Shakespeare's what we used to call it, I don't know. Shakespeare in it, back in them days, used to talk gobbledygook, as I'm concerned.
You're obviously one of the greatest writers the English language ever known, but Mike says, "I spoke gobbledygook."
Gobbledygook, innit?
It is a bit backwards, but you can't make
No,
it.
I do appreciate it. No, I'm taking the piss. Of course I appreciate it. He even wrote it in... What's that verse he wrote it in?
I don't know.
What's it called? Pentambler verse or something? I don't know. He wrote it in some kind of verse anyway, didn't he?
Yeah,
It's just incredible the way he did it.
yeah.
And the stories are fantastic, but unfortunately it's written in Old English. It's not easy to understand. Especially when you're 15 and you've got to do it for your GCSEs or whatever.
The oldie times.
It's like, ugh.
Even if he did write it and didn't just plagiarise his works from another guy, it's a theory.
Is it?
Yeah, he didn't actually write any of them, he just nicked it all from some other guy.
Beavers are back in the UK now.
I didn't know they'd left.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've reintroduced them recently, yeah.
But what if bears get into the cities and the towns?
Well, do the same that Canada does, don't we?
We haven't got guns.
But you monitor them, don't you?
Oh, we just keep
One
them in
slips
Scotland,
his
wouldn't
tag. Oh yeah, we'll just keep him in Scotland.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine, yeah. Along with the wolves, yeah. That's
They're all Scottish bears, you can stay over the border.
The Scots are hardy people. They can fight off a wolf after 12 pints.
That's it, they'll just smash a bottle.
Yeah.
There's a glassing in the air.
I don't know if they will do, but there's been talk of its possibility.
I don't know, man. I don't like the idea of like city bears.
I don't know, the city foxes all about the place and you don't even notice them.
Yeah, but they aren't big enough to eat my leg.
If you shave a bear's face, you call it the dog-faced woman.
Right.
You can make $1 million.
Yeah, I'm going to be in on it with the bear as well, haven't I?
Get them drunk, don't they? Used to get bears drunk, shave them, their faces, parade them in a freak show as the dog-faced woman.
The bear's still got to behave though, hasn't he?
He's pissed.
Oh, right, yeah, I suppose he would.
Absolutely paralytic, innit? If he can control it. Oh, I don't condone it. I don't actually. It's a bit cruel.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Moving on.
Yeah.
My team, my rules. Vice President of Suriname and former rebel leader 60 plays himself as captain for his own team into Moengoatepe or something.
Where's that?
Suriname.
It's an African country, isn't
Look,
it?
he's got a gut on him, hasn't he?
Yes.
Damn!
Suriname's 60-year-old vice president named himself as captain for his team in a huge cup game before they were beaten 6-0. He's got no professional experience.
Ronnie Brunswick. He did so himself after 54 minutes though.
Yeah, the damage was probably done by then.
No, they're only 3-0 down at that point.
Physique of Santa after a few mince pies.
Yes.
To be fair, he completed 14 of his 17 attempted passes. That's not too bad.
Yes, in all fairness. Yeah, it's great. I just think it's hilarious. It's 60s, that's my team. I'm fucking playing. It's the biggest game we've ever had.
Oh my god. Yeah, mental, innit?
He's a wanted bank robber and grill leader. For 50 kids. Even the stadium's named after him.
Okay.
So it's like the Ronnie Brunswick
I
Stadium.
think he's just the richest person in the area. He just owns everything. They're all scared of him.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a lot to do with that, yeah.
There'll be a film about him in a few years, won't there?
Well, I think he's showing some tremendous some effort there.
But in the film, they'll win the football match in the end.
Who'll score the winning goal?
Yeah, it'll be a happy ending.
I hope so. I do think it's fun.
Oh, you'll be fucking happy if you got a cup game and then the Venky's guy comes out and says I'm captain and plays in midfield, would you?
But he wouldn't be allowed to do that in the FA. He'd have to register himself, wouldn't he? Then, obviously, in this scenario.
Maybe he did. Secretly.
Oh, you don't know, I suppose.
In this scenario, I think money talks. So could you imagine, is he wearing his suit and he just rips it off?
He's done a John Terry. He's in full kit all the time underneath his clothes. I love it. I think he's got the audacity of it. It's incredible.
I couldn't understand a friendly. You wouldn't mind then, would you? But a fucking cup game? Piss off.
And with his physique and the fact that he is 60,
He's a heart attack risk.
yeah, exactly. What if if he'd have had a heart attack and died on the pitch, and had probably executed both teams?
Yeah. You saying Suriname's a bit corrupt?
I'm saying the possibilities there, yeah.
Even though they've got a freer press than us in Britain.
Love they?
Well, he must be a bit corrupt because there's a bloke who's vice president of the country who's a bank robber and a former grill leader, so I'm saying it's a little bit corrupt.
How many papers are in Suriname? And
I don't know.
How far's the reach? It's all very well.
What's the literacy rate?
It's not about that, it's about the standard and the quality of the news.
Yeah, but if it's not reaching the people and people can't read it or they're just not bothered, it's neither in or there, isn't it?
That's true, but
And
It's word of mouth.
still freer than us.
Most of the
Our
news
press
is-
is owned by right-wing fucking barons.
Yeah, but most of their news is probably like things are a bit shit. It's only got to it'll get better one day, we promise.
Still better than ours, apparently.
What do you? Well, okay.
Right then, so missing drunk man accidentally joins his own search party.
Don't think I've ever been that drunk.
An inebriated Turkish man found himself after he was reported missing, accidentally joined the search party out looking for him.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a classic move.
Bihan
Mutlu.
Mutlu has been reported missing on Tuesday after he failed to return home following a drinking session with friends. He didn't return phone calls from the family members, who then alerted the authorities to his disappearance. Mutlu, who's 50, wandered into the forest according to a Turkish media outlet. A search party was sent to the area, and the man ended up finding a search party in the woods. He reportedly joined them. You alright? How's it going?
Yeah, you like the search party, is it? Alright, go with you.
Some bloke lost himself in the woods.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'll give you a
People
hand.
today, yeah. So, not knowing it was him they were looking for, and he helped them search.
Several hours.
Hours? Then he after ages, he's went, who are you actually looking for? Oh,
He only realised when they were looking for him when members of the search party started shouting his name.
Like, oh, man. What are you shouting for? That's my name.
Oh, fuck.
I wonder how many times people shouted it before he was like, oh shit.
I know, yeah.
He's sobered up a bit, probably. We're just having a party.
Upon realising that they already had the man they were looking for, the authorities took him home to his family.
That's brilliant, that, isn't it?
And then beat into a pulp for wasting their time.
Possibly, yeah.
It's fun, though. Hello. Eh? Share my name for hello. Yeah. And that's the guy we're looking for.
Several hours. You'd be fuming, wouldn't you? One of them people next to him.
Like, you kept me out here all fucking night, you bastard.
You're having a laugh. I respect you having a laugh.
Yeah,
You're having a laugh. Hey ho, at least you're safe. Let's all laugh it off and walk 3 hours home.
Yeah. Call off the helicopter. And the bear. The tracking bear. It's in Turkey, I guess, and they have a tracking bear.
Maybe in Russia.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's fun. Oh, wow. A family of Bigfoots KO'd my friend and killed his dog. Aww. On a camping trip from hell.
I'd say so.
A camper has claimed how a trip to South Florida turned into a frightening night when his group came face to face with a family of Bigfoot creatures who began hurling rocks at them. This sounds very out of character for Bigfoot, I just want to say that. No, I think these might be, redneck Bigfoots. Because your more civilised Bigfoots, they're not doing this, they just have a bit of a stroll around, aren't they?
They're
Some tea parties in the woods.
Yeah.
Your usual Bigfoots are just voyeurs, they just watch and...
That's it, they're voyeurs, yeah. They just masturbate slowly in a cupboard while you get it on in the woods and they're wearing a Superman costume. They cooks more than anything. So a man has recorded a camping trip in the US turned into a horrifying encounter with a family of Bigfoots who attacked his friend and killed his dog. Oh man. There's no clear evidence that Bigfoot creatures, also known as Sasquatches, exist. However, there are many reported sightings, often by explorers in the remote mountainous regions of the US. Sharing his story on the Sasquatch Chronicles podcast, John explained how he and his friends had just settled into their tents in a national park in South Florida when they started to hear a low hissing sound that escalated into a manic whooping noises. Wow. Inspecting outside, because that's the first thing you'd do.
Well, yeah, you would. Yeah.
What the fucking hell was that? I'm just going to sit here with a shotgun that I've no doubt brought with me.
Sort of whoop 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 whoop, sort of whooping.
Yeah. John...
Zoidberg!
Inspecting outside, John remembered that he couldn't believe his eyes, saying there was a family group, probably around 4 or 5 of them. Well, I don't think he's in a position to comment on whether these guys are related or not.
So I think it was like a bit of whoop 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 whoop, and then the older males more like whoop 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 whoop.
Maybe these are rowdy Bigfoot teens drunk on tree sap.
Nah.
Whoop 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 woo!
They started throwing rocks into the campsite. One of the rocks went into my friend David's tent and knocked him in the head pretty good. It knocked him out. When we were taking care of him, the noises just kept getting louder and louder. Oh, one of the dogs we had was a Rottweiler. Well, bloody hell, that's my favourite breed of dog and now it's dead. He took off, running into the woods towards one of the smaller ones that were out there. One of the larger ones stepped up and grabbed the dog and threw it like it was nothing, even though it probably weighed about 100 pounds. It was at that point we decided, okay, we need to pack this up and get out of here as quickly as we can.
It was at that point when I looked at and seen a family of them. That's when I'm fucking legging it.
He says pack up, did he? I was going to pack the tent up.
Yeah. Hold on, Mr. Bigfoot. Nah.
It was this point we decided, and when they returned to the scene later, the group realised the dog was dead. He'd been picked up by the throat, so the trachea and the bones and muscle in the neck had all been crushed like he'd been hit by a car, John remembered. I just want to point out the loyalty of the Rottweiler there. Charging a fucking Bigfoot to save its owner.
Yeah.
R.I.P.D. to you. Reflecting on the incident, John was able to describe the creature's terrifying physical features in further detail, saying that they had darkish blue colour skin and dreadlock-style matted hair over their bodies. And I'm going to say that is not Bigfoot, that is the predator.
Predfoot.
It's a predfoot.
Predfoot.
Clearly, that is a predator. Not.
Did they shimmer in the light, did they? Green eyes. And there's 3 red dots.
Yeah. He suggested it was their muscular physique that was most shocking, saying these things were muscled like Arnold Schwarzenegger times by 10. It's fucking huge. There was one you could tell was definitely a male, and there was one that was definitely a female. She was smaller, but not by much. Yeah, she was 7.5, 8 feet tall, and the male was probably closer to the 11-foot range. And there were 3 other smaller ones that were probably between 6 and 6.5 feet tall. Predators? He's on Bigfoots. He's definitely a man, though, I'm telling you. The male looked like he had football-sized biceps.
Ripped.
The group of campers eventually scarpered, and John remembered how returning to their campsite the next day they were shocked by the damage that had been caused. The camp had pretty much been smashed. We had tents, we had tables and chairs. We had the old-fashioned metal chairs that were pretty sturdy. It takes a lot to break something like that. But we counted at least 3 of them that had been bended completely open like it was a piece of paper. It was pretty messed up when we got back out there the next day.
Did the Bigfoots like tried to sit round their campfire on their little chairs and went
Maybe
squashed them?
I think they were drinking moonshine,
Yeah.
absolutely bladdered, got spooked by something,
Yeah.
tried to hightail it out of there, but being pissed up, they drove all over their campsite, drove over the dog, and fucked off, and then come back the next day and made up that stupid story.
Or it was predators.
Or it was pred feet.
I think that's completely out of context for all Bigfoot characters. You know, I mean, every Bigfoot thing you read, they're never doing that sort of stuff. Unless I'm just being very sheltered to the Bigfoot violence that is happening in America's great wildernesses.
Maybe.
Maybe we should get on the podcast, didn't it?
What, Bigfoot? Yeah, we couldn't get
Maybe
Bigfoot on the
reported it to
podcast.
them.
Oh, we need to talk to him about it. Alright, what's next?
Next up, doctors baffled as girl cries stone tears, shedding 15 rocks per day.
Great.
Stones.
Yeah. The 15-year-old girl from Kanahuj, Uttar Pradesh, northern India, is the centre of a bizarre medical mystery, with doctors claiming that her affliction is not medically possible.
Well, it is, because it's happening.
Doctors are stumped by a teenage girl who appears to cry small rocks from one eye. For almost 2 months, her family members claim between 10 to 15 stones have come out of her left eye.
Oh, that's just grim.
In a clip which was filmed in the village, a lump can be seen in the upper left-hand side of her eyelid. A person off camera appears to massage it down until what appears to be a stone drops out of her eye and falls onto the girl's top.
Oh, this is a magic trick then.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's sleight of hand. I can see that, yeah. Oh, I can't watch that shit.
Later, another rock item drops from her eyelid, this time coming from the upper right-hand side. It drops down near her tear duct before falling again, with a woman catching it in her clothes.
It's got to be some build-up of something, hasn't it? Some salts from her tear duct.
Yeah.
I can't do eyes.
The
They
girl
make me
then
feel
holds a rock up
physically
in her
sick.
hand before showing a collection of rocks, all of which allegedly came from her eyeball. The family have consulted doctors, all of whom insist it is not medically possible.
Or she's been possessed by magic.
Well, surely they would have took her for an X-ray or something.
Who knows? Because the doctors are going, nah, you can't do it. They're just going, alright then.
I can't see somebody sticking little rocks up their eyes just to push them out.
Nah.
You never know, man.
So it's worth an X-ray, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I guess so. It is worth an X-ray.
She might have like a little like sack that
Can't be pleasant.
an abnormality or something, or a sack that's collecting, as I say.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong. It's just a normal girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange.
Moving on. Glastonbury Festival. Traces of drugs found at the riverside.
No shit.
Yeah. Really?
It's environmentally damaging levels of drugs have been found in the river.
Again, no shit. How much drugs are done on that weekend, Claire? Come on.
Well, it's dangerous levels of MDMA and cocaine.
Yeah.
So the Glastonbury organisers suspect that public urination has caused the increase and urge festival goers to use the toilets provided. So researchers fear it could derail the conservation efforts of the European eels in the area.
I don't think the eels are too fucking bothered, they're off the tits.
What if we collect all the piss of all the people in Glastonbury, filter it so you can drink it?
You could filter
It'd
it.
be like cocaine water, wouldn't it?
Well, couldn't you sort of filter it, then boil it off?
Get the cocaine back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do that. That'd be
Probably
cool.
could, because you could get
It's chemistry, innit?
It's chemistry, yeah. You could evaporate it off, couldn't you?
Or you could just let people piss into your mouth.
Yeah, you see, the problem where this falls down, right, Mike, you've got to go round. You've got to go round with some kind of funnel on a backpack with a tube or some kind of piss collecting container.
Yeah.
And going,
leads up to one of them hats.
well, I was thinking like a barrel on your back.
Yeah, or tubes in your mouth.
Why? Were you drinking it down and then?
Yeah.
In that case, you might just let it piss in your mouth and stick with the elaborate ruse. You know, I was thinking you were going to take it off and do chemistry to it. And make it safe to drink rather than just drinking people's piss. But no, so in this case...
If you need drugs at your Glastonbury, you can't, you know, you...
Think it's got to be Tuesday. Oh, alright, just piss in me mouth. Hey mate, are you on coke? Yeah, man. I don't know, people saying on cocaine. Yeah, I'm on coke, yeah. Just piss in my mouth, would you? Anyone else? Dentist chair me, alright?
So measurements both upstream and downstream of the site were taken during and after the festival in 2019. The study found, as I said before, MDMA concentrations had quadrupled the weekend of the festival, suggesting long-term release from the site. So it's always going to be sort of pissing
It's in the
out.
soil and everything.
So it's everywhere, isn't it? I was surprised that he'd ever let cows or anything back in there, because then it would get back into the milk production and all sorts.
Oh, you got a point there. But then again, with the amount of crap that's in all our food and the food chain... Yeah.
Well, a spokeswoman for the Glastonbury Festival said that the Environmental Agency had not raised any concerns with them on the matter following the 2019 event. It's probably because they were paid off not to, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
A lot of drugs being done that weekend.
A lot of drugs. Yeah. It's not surprising, is it?
No.
Yeah, another one of the organisers says, we do not condone the use of illegal drugs, and it continues to successfully strongly discourage public urination at the site.
Oh man, you always get told off by the fun police at Download if you it's 4 a.m, take a cheeky piss along the fence wall.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, can you not do that? You're like, oh, come on mate, the toilet's all the way over there. I was going to hold on for that long. Then I discovered the joys of just getting a piss bottle.
Piss bottle, piss tent.
Oh no.
No, we've had problems with women pissing in tents before.
Yeah. Yeah. Still not as bad as that bucket I found full of shit in that abandoned tent at Download.
It could have been ours. We had a tent with a bucket and people were pissing it, and then someone just took it a step too far, didn't they?
Was it people coming back saying, look what I found this tent and all this, going into tents, and you went into one and it was had shit in the bucket?
I was looking for somewhere to piss.
Well,
And there was an abandoned tent.
Hey presto!
There was an abandoned tent, but this bucket was full of shit. It was. They hadn't just been peeing in it. It was like full of shit.
What?
I think the smell drew me at first.
Did it?
What the fucking hell's that? That stinks.
Let me check it out. I'm trying to avoid the stench at the other toilets, and I'll go towards this stinking tent.
I was just curious more than anything. Why's that abandoned tent stink of shit? Why is this abandoned tent stink of shit? And I was like, oh, clearly there's the answer. Don't judge me.
That's alright, I was the one that was pissing in one of the buckets before someone did the shit. That was at Reading there, that one.
Oh, wow.
You stay using portaloos.
I don't know who we thought we were going to empty that bucket when we set up the piss tent.
Yeah, that's why I never understand about people who go on caravans, have the chemical toilets. You just have to go and empty it. That's why I don't want to spend a holiday. I don't want to spend my holiday emptying my own piss out of something.
You have to do it every couple of days, and they're so, like, these days you just open a thing and open like a latch on it, and you don't have to see it.
I know, but I'm still going to go and empty it, aren't I? That's not an holiday to me. Emptying my own fecal matter and piss into a larger container or a toilet is not how I want to go. That's not how I want to do on holiday.
Well, in Turkey, you got to wipe your arse and put the toilet paper in the bin.
Yeah, they do that in Spain sometimes as well.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Gran Canaria, they definitely did that. Well, I never abided by the rules, admittedly.
B-days are the way forward.
They are.
Them Chinese toilets with the little LED lights and sprays and deodorizers. That's the way forward.
Oh, right.
Yeah, smart toilets. To determine if you've got bowel cancer before analysing your shit.
That'll be the future, man.
Should we?
Catch it early.
Yeah, why not?
Smart toilets. We can get cancer down to 0, can't we?
Check the poo. Always check the poo.
Imagine every home having one of them. Be a bit of a shit alive, when they're having a shit. You have bowel cancer. Oh, fuck it. But at least, you know.
No, I like to think a bit of it. I don't know how to tell you this, Mike. So I'm just going to print it out and goes out the side of the bog.
Toilet
tear it off, and it's like, I'm so sorry, but you have bowel cancer. Oh man, there. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, it will get it at the very early stage, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would virtually require little surgery or whatever, and get it sorted straight away.
I don't think the Chinese have got there. They've got ones with a little fountain.
No, I know, yeah, but I'm just saying in the future, that's something that could be a possibility.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
I think it's going to save a lot of lives.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, but no one's interested in that.
Well, that's what they do, fecal screening, don't they, for bowel cancer?
They do, but it's like, they could put a smart toilet in everyone's home, or they could make a really new cool missile. Which one are they going to do?
I don't know.
That's the tragedy of the world.
Yeah.
And on that happy note, let's end the show. I've been Ben, thank you very much for listening. If you're at Glastonbury, I don't care if you piss in the river or not. The fish are loving it.
Fair enough. I've been Mike, thanks for listening, peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been there. Don't get so pissed that you're looking for yourself.